Well, that's how we start every episode. Yeah. And it's just going to be so dope. And then we're going to segue into, welcome back to another episode of the How'd I Get Here podcast, the podcast for positivity progression to help you find your path. Give us our flowers. Yes, it's me, your co-host, Mr. Brown Broken Ugly. Jake, how you doing?
It's your boy Spence. Yo, Ty, how should I introduce myself? I just don't know how to.
It's your boy Spence. I don't know. I mean, like, how do you see yourself? Like,
that is a great
like you really have to tap into that. Like,
it's your boy Spence.
Nah, man. No, that conversation that you have in the mirror when you're by yourself, that's what you bring to the table, bro. Like,
therapy.
No, I'm just saying, like I think that's like the best way to.
You know what's interesting about that? So you know us both very well. Which one of us would you say is the introverted person of us two?
I would say Spencer is. Right?
Yeah. You'd say he's more introverted. Yeah. So someone hit him up the other day and was like, oh, I'm more introverted and he's more extroverted. That was essentially what they said, right?
Yeah, because it was the polygamy one.
Right.
And they were like, yeah, you need a third person, because he's super introverted and you're extroverted. I was like, what?
Whoa. but it's kind of like you just said, like who are you? You know what I mean? And that's why initially I brought Spencer, was to bring more personality to the show and even bring more personality out of me. So to bring that question in, before we dive into that, who are you?
Yeah, right.
Who is this nice chocolate gentleman that's on the show?
I see platinum wraps on
Platinum wraps. Let me see if I get it right. Hey, let's go. Got it right.
It's a dice roll.
I talked all that talk about Spencer saying his name now.
He can't even introduce himself. Can't even introduce himself. With the,
I'm Tyshaun Taylor, brand extraordinaire. But no, I'm Tyshaun Taylor, co-owner of Platinum Wraps and Design Company, a.k.a. Pep Talk Ty. If you've seen me, I'm working on a lot of...
Pep Talk Ty?
Yeah, I came up with... Well, actually, I didn't come up with it. So I had this kid that I always run into that I have conversation with, rather it's business or life. And he was like, yo, I'm going to call you Pep Talk Ty. And I said, that's it. Because I'm like always giving someone a pep talk. So I was just like,
see, I need
the perfect name for me.
You know me, Mr. Brown Broken Ugly. We got Pep Talk Ty, and then who the fuck is you?
Your boy Spence.
Nah, man, you gotta come up with something, man. Like mine came to me. I was like,
so my nickname that I've had since I was 18 is Huggy, but there's a lot of
I would leave that one out.
There's a lot of background story to that, and I try to leave it out.
He wants to leave that behind him.
Yeah, that's a past life. I don't know. I'm gonna have to think about this. Hopefully, I come up with it before Friday. I don't know.
Friday is this is gonna air after Friday, but Friday is going to be fun.
No, it's not.
Are you guys gonna be live on Friday or
live? Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, we're gonna go Instagram live. We're gonna.
Are we?
Why not?
What is that?
I don't know. It's my phone.
Yeah.
Oh, the feedback.
We go Instagram live. We're also gonna what else we gonna do? Have a live audience. Well, we will have had a live audience by the time y'all hear this. It's gonna be dope. I think we're gonna try to start something new, be innovators, because I think we kind of like I was telling you off camera with this podcast, we already have the content. Now we got to start kicking doors down.
Definitely
kicking doors down, getting into new rooms, trying new things, because nothing good ever comes out of being comfortable. You know what I mean?
That's a fact.
So it's about time we start pushing the envelope and trying new things. Word. You know? So with that being said, well, before we dive into that, do you have a question for the day, or
do I have a question for the day
that you want to chop up before we normally just try to break the ice with some random left field question.
Random question? Let's see. So
I'm pretty sure it's gonna be a loaded question.
Nah. So I asked this last week. All right, so you know Nike, right? Just do it. I feel like that is...
Damn. I wanted the bracha.
There it is. So a mentor was talking with me a week or so ago, And he was telling me, because like we were just saying, I don't even know if we caught that on camera, but I'm an introvert, right? But I tend to overthink things. He's like, get things out of your headspace. Just do it. And in my head, I'm like, if I was to act on every thought and impulse I had, I don't know what type of person I would be. How do you feel about that?
So let me ask you a reverse question. Is not acting also acting? Do you get what I'm trying to say, or do you want me to further?
I get it. Yeah, I mean, break it down.
So you said if I were to act on every impulse, right? Mm-hmm. Without thinking, correct? It
says basically the premise was get things out of your headspace.
So just
do it.
Right.
Yeah, just
right. So just do it, right? If I were to just do it, okay, I'm doing. Now, if I stopped and thought about it, I'm obviously not doing it, but I'm giving it the attention and thinking, hey, maybe that's not a good idea. So it's by not acting also
inaction.
There you go. I don't know if that was too deep or if that even makes sense.
It does. What are your thoughts?
It was too deep for me.
So to go back to the first question. The first question was, go ahead.
So how do you feel about, and I don't know if I'm the only overthinker at this table, but how do you feel about the advice to get things out of your headspace and just do it?
Now, all right, so I guess that all depends on what's in your headspace. So, I mean, you got some toxic thoughts, yeah, throw those out. Don't act on them. But, you know what I mean? Like, if you genuinely, got pure intentions with, whatever's in your head, shit, let it out.
I like that. And that also brings me to, so here's a better question that you just gave me. You made me remember something. So is there such thing as a toxic person, or is that person toxic is there such thing as a toxic person, or is it just someone who's incompatible to the other?
Go ahead.
All right, so me personally, I believe that everybody has a little toxic in them, right?
Okay.
I think there's always that some type of balance, right? Everybody has a trauma, or everybody has something that scares them. Rather they suppress it or they show it, it's there. So no matter how you look at it, I look at I feel everybody has something toxic about them, 100%.
I guess, what do you consider toxic? Like, do you have examples?
I mean, anything that's bad for you, in a sense, is toxic. You know what I mean? If any insecurity that you have,
interesting.
But if it's bad for you, is it necessarily bad for Jacob or bad for me?
If it's contagious,
if I pour it on you,
it was contagious. But to answer Ty's question, I remember that one episode we had, and the chef asked what was my toxic trait, and I was like, and I didn't have any.
Yeah.
And then like 2 weeks later, the chef and my sister were like, nah, nigga, these are your toxic traits. Like, so to back Ty's point, I think everybody has a little bit of toxicity in them. However, not everybody's aware of it.
100%,
right?
Yeah.
But I don't think incompatibility, is that a word?
I don't know. I don't know if I made that up on the spot.
All right. Well, I don't think incompatibility is an excuse for your toxicity. I think some people are toxic. Like, you are not good for me.
Yeah, but does that make that person toxic because they're not good for you?
That makes them toxic towards me.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? Like, I might not be toxic for you, but I might be toxic for Special K. You get what I'm saying? So you and I's relationship is toxic. That doesn't make me a bad person. That doesn't make you a bad person. That means you and I do not, what is it, oil and water?
Mm-hmm. Oil and vinegar?
Oil and vinegar. We're toxic to each other. We might get together and the shit just don't work.
So, all right, so you as a combination or as a pair are toxic, but individually you're not.
True. Yes, but then there is also people that are just flat out toxic.
Definitely.
How? Like
personality.
What are some character traits of a absolutely toxic? Because this person has to be toxic to everyone if they're just toxic.
If you met my neighbor, that'd be her face next to the word
toxic.
In the dictionary.
Can we get some? She's probably not gonna listen to this. Like,
no, definitely
she
not.
cold?
Okay.
I don't even think she has a computer.
Toxic.
That's toxic.
But it's so she
a Karen?
quickly passed judgment, like never open minded. Just you did it, you're bad. Like,
you know what I think is a toxic person? A person who does not look inward and always places the blame outward is very toxic.
Definitely.
Because I could love being around people, but us three could be together and something go wrong. Ty, you did this. Spence, you did this. What about what I did? Because at some point, that's going to get to the point where, one, y'all going to get annoyed with me and ruin the relationship. But two, I'm not growing.
Yep.
And three, y'all going to start feeling a type of way, mentally, physically, emotionally, whether it's drained, angry, or whatever, because my toxic behavior towards y'all.
Kind of like on a sports team. Like, you can have a great sports team, and that one, they might not even be, like, they might be nasty. But if they're a ball hog or, they just don't mesh with everyone.
Or they just hit people for no reason. After getting kicked in the game that you're supposed to get kicked.
They was playing football. They was playing both football.
Don't get me started.
But, I mean, I guess that was the opening questions.
Word, no, that was dope. And there was a way I was going to segue this shit earlier, but we got deep into that. So Ty, you have a bunch of different business ventures, ideas.
Yeah, I got plenty of ideas, but I got one business venture right now.
Platinum Wraps.
With a bunch of different things that we do.
Talk to me. How did you get started with Platinum Wraps?
So Platinum Wraps happened after I went through a bad partnership. So I learned a lot during that partnership, what not to do.
Business partnership
okay. Partnership. So it was just one of those just paths I went down where it was like I wanted to help somebody, and it backfired, and I'm left with the bill, and now I got to figure it out. So it's like it's fight or flight. I got to fight. I've got money invested. I'm on the hook for this. I got a business. I'm locked in on a lease for 3 years. I ain't got no choice but to get it in and figure it out. So I ended up meeting Rome.
Gang.
We partnered up, and he already had Platinum Touch services. And I was like, all right, well, I got my little design side of the business, and he would lose a ton of money because he wouldn't have a designer to be able to close, business, like any type of food truck or any type of big job that would require a graphic designer. So it was like, all right, let's bring this together, bring it together. And we did. And it's been magic ever since. Just, it's still new. We're still figuring out a lot about each other. We're still learning the business. But at the same time, it's like the ideas and things that we're coming up with, once we work the kinks out, it's gonna be a beautiful thing.
It's funny because y'all have very similar energy. And I don't know if you've heard me say this about Jacob. Jacob's the most obnoxious person in the gym, bright and early in the morning. But you and Rome, y'all like 2 and 3. So like Jacob's 1.
Yo, you know what's crazy though? I've recently learned that people love my energy in the gym.
They do.
It's dope. Me being an introvert, I'm like, shut up, bro. Leave me alone. I don't want to talk. It's 6 a.m. But yeah, no, I mean, it's all love.
No, that's funny.
I love you outside the gym.
That's funny because I picture people doing that. 'Cause when I'm in the gym, and that goes back to that whole pep talk thing. Like
Pep talk time.
I find myself like not wanting to do a workout, but I'll see somebody else slacking and be like, nah, we got to keep going. And those days where I'm not in the best mood, that person realizes that my energy isn't as high, and they're right next to me, and it's almost like people feed off of that energy.
Yeah,
I've gotten so many messages from people, yo, where you been at since I've been out? And I'm just like, I gotta get back in there. Like my, you know what I mean, my presence is missed. Like I need to be there. Like
that gym's also family too.
It is.
Matter of fact, the first day Jacob and I met, right? His best friend Kai, him and I dapped each other up. She's like, yo, y'all know each other? And Jacob's like, nah, I mean, but we just shared blood, sweat, and tears together. Like, I gotta say what up to him because that gym is different. But no, that's definitely dope.
So my bad. I mean,
no, good.
So then, talk to us. What exactly is Platinum Raps? What's your brand? What's your image? What's your vision? Because you talk heavily about branding.
Yeah. So branding for me is, I think it puts you in the game, right? So, and when I say put you in the game, I mean, you know, there's people who do business and there's people who build and scale businesses. So there's people, and then I say people who do business, if their business doesn't run without them, or their business doesn't create a certain type of feel, it technically is a hobby. And that's how I look at it. And not saying everybody's got to go out and create this big thing, because that's not everyone's dream. But there's those people who want that. And I think I know the best way to do that is to have something solid, something cohesive, something consistent, and something that has a feel. We're talking about Nike with the whole just do it. It's a feeling. Nike's a feeling. Their whole brand is built around everyone's an athlete. So rather you're in a wheelchair, or you can see
That's
by their
so
brand, their social, you know, their social injustice, you know, they get behind everything. Their whole motto is everyone's an athlete. That whole just do it mantra. You know, you'll get a Kevin Hart who's a comedian who gets a sneaker deal, and it's like, but he's not an athlete. No, he's an athlete. He's a guy who gets up, he works at a high level, he inspires people. You know, he's out there, he's getting after it. So Nike as a brand is doing something that, even if we look at, you know, at our businesses, we should have that same type of heart. You know, they have a purpose, they have a vision, they have a mission. You know, that's their whole mantra. They built a business around that. And as a business owner and as someone who has a brand, that should be the thing that you should focus towards. Like Apple's all about an experience.
Yeah, you don't buy the product, you buy why they do it.
Exactly. Starbucks, it's a feeling.
Wow.
Why would you spend that much money on a latte
when you could be at Samia and get a better latte for half the price?
That coconut latte is special.
By the way, if you have yet to go to Samia Cafe and Studio, 1283 Main Street, Hartford, Connecticut, check them out. They've got great people and even better coffee. And back to your regular scheduled program.
I like how you did that.
So I got to...
Go ahead.
My voice ain't that deep.
So, as a business owner, about branding and having that emotional tie to your business, obviously some days are like harder than others, but is your emotional tie to your brand and your calling so strong that you can see yourself doing this forever?
For sure. So I look at it. All right. So from my standpoint of the business, I look at, so I'm someone who helps other businesses, right? That's the overall thing of Platinum Raps. You know, yeah, we do cars, we tank cars, you know, either way, we're helping, right? Our main thing is helping people. Tinting your car helps.
No, we're laughing at something else.
I'm laughing about the conversation we had off camera.
Yeah.
And I was going to say something and I had to stop
that
myself.
new coming down the pipe.
Just do it.
No, we could go ahead.
It's the Gucci.
My bad. I was listening and then I almost slipped, but yeah.
It still helps people. But like overall, like I love waking up every day and knowing that I'm helping someone, right? So I never want to just give a service to give a service.
Interesting.
I always want to go above and beyond. So even with the whole, like, I'm rebranding our whole business to kind of have each entity run as if it's standalone, like it's strong enough to stand on its own.
Okay.
So the tent side of the business, I'm looking at the tent side of the business and I'm going, oh, all right, cool. So I know what other tent shops do. What can we do that offers something totally different? It's like being the Chick-fil-A of our industry, right? Where it's like you up
it's your pleasure.
You up the game.
Yeah.
And you make the people fight for it. It is like, all right, let's create that there. Then go over to the rap side of the business and go, all right, how do we create that? Where it's like, all right, that guy does that, but how do we up that? And how do we go the next step above and, you know, always offer something different? Same thing with the business side of it. I see so many people go out and get logos or go out and get something for their brand, and it never really has to do with them. They're just getting something to get something, and then they're constantly changing it, or it's constantly creating a problem for them, you know, long term. And I'm just like, you know, that's not how it works in the real design world. So
let me ask the question, because it's obviously it's good to help people, and this is kind of open to everybody, and you can probably answer this from your standpoint, from what you do. So then what is, or is there an end game? Because to me, like I was telling you earlier, like, yeah, the podcast has been great, but we got to start kicking down doors, because it's not enough to just do this.
Yeah.
My soccer business, coaching people is good, but it's not just enough to do that. Like, when running a business, is there important to have an end game, or is it just something that just keeps going, elevate? You get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
I mean, so I think I look at it like this: if you wanted to go forever and you wanted to scale, you want to scale it, where even if after you it still lives. And we see plenty of businesses like that. The people are gone and the business is still run. Mm-hmm. So that, what your end game is, it's all about, for one, having a solid brand, being able to scale it, having processes, having systems. You want to be able to eventually one day step completely out of what you're building.
Right.
And it runs as if you were still there. And that automatically will live forever. It's just like McDonald's. If you go to McDonald's right now, everyone salts the fries the same way. A 16-year-old can walk in a McDonald's right now. You got those people that do that too. But overall, you know, you have, there's systems. A 16-year-old can walk in McDonald's right now and become a manager.
Right.
So, you know, when you're building your business, if you build your business with systems and a process, at some point, it'll be able to run. It'll be a well-oiled machine, and you can literally step out of it, and it's like, oh, it still runs. I'm not there.
I love that.
Me too. I can't wait. I can't wait till that day comes.
I'm all about a legacy, and Jay-Z said something about his music. And Jay-Z was originally my favorite artist, and it just so happens his protege is not my favorite artist. But
Blue Ivy?
Protege, not his child, next of kin.
Oh.
J. Cole, if that was a confusion.
Just wanted to hear the name.
That's what he wanted to hear.
Yeah, that's what I was
saying. He wanted you to say it.
That's it.
So he always wanted to make music that is timeless. And I feel like the impact I've always wanted to have on this world, I want it to be timeless.
I wish we had the time for you to tell your story right now, but we're not going to get into that.
Yeah, so so basically, I just want to, my end goal, I'm not going to live to see my end goal, but I'm going to pave the way
Definitely
for my entire legacy to be built and like live on through, you know, as long as the world's around. So I guess, yeah, to answer your question, there's no end goal for me per se. I just have to pave the way.
So it's interesting you say that, 'cause I don't know if you can see the notes, but one of the questions, and the reason I asked that question was to lead to this one, but you brought it up, was what does legacy mean to you? So is your business, is your brand, how much of it has to do with who you are, and is it part of, or is it your legacy? Is what, you get what I'm trying to say? Because it's like, just because I ran this business, that doesn't have to be who I am. Is that what I want to be remembered by? You know what I mean? So it's one of those things that, like, what exactly is your legacy? Is it the business you left behind or the product that the business created?
I think it goes back to what Ty said about how you want to be seen, you know, how you want to brand yourself. So, like, are you guys familiar with Tony Robbins?
Oh, huge Tony Robbins fan.
Oh, the NBA player?
Nah, man.
Tony Parker? So, Tony Robbins, he's one of my favorite people I've never met. But
Tony Robbins, come on the show.
yo, facts, please. He's his story based on like how he grew up, the businesses he runs, how he helps and molds people and helps them like get out of their own way, find their own path, kind of like what we do. Like what he's gonna leave behind.
Can I cut you off real quick?
Yeah.
You said kind of like what we do. What we do.
That part. So like what we do. Like what he's going to leave behind is going to be like he is established wealth for his family, but it's more so the type of person he is, how he carries himself, his raspy ass voice. Like he's like, look at. I'm gonna send you a link
Please.
when we leave.
He's dope. He's the illest. He's the illest.
He'll stand out in any crowd based on his energy, his voice, and just him.
So it's more so a product. So it's not what you're remembered by, but a product of who and what you've done is kind of your legacy.
Yeah, I hope people remember my character.
Definitely. Because I mean, I can't remember the saying that I heard as a kid, where it's like nobody remembers all these different things. They remember who you are when you go. And for me, I look at that and I go, that's profound for me. That's like, all right, I gotta. But not even that. I'm that person anyway. So I like to help people.
Right.
I like to be, I like to be a light in the room. I like to see people laugh. I like to be, someone who's happy as often as I can be happy. That doesn't happen every day. Well, it does happen every day, but maybe certain moments, of the day. But being able to get up every day and be a service to other people for me, and I'm at a point now where I want to do it at a high level. Like I feel like I'm not helping enough people. Like I'm still getting people coming into my office who have no clue about something that is so basic. And I'm just like, all right, I got to change that. And it's even led me down a path of creating my own 14 laws of branding. And I'm looking at, doing something a little different now where I'm just like, you know what, I want to teach. I not only want to just design something for your brand or, create your food truck or, do the inside of your restaurant or do the outside windows of, your hair salon or your smash room or whatever. I want to be someone who teaches you and help you take a road less traveled. Because a lot of times people get into business and they don't know which way to go. At least all right, well, I need a brand identity. If I go sit down with Ty, he's going to give me insight. Even if you don't use me, my goal is for you to be able to go out and have everything that you need to succeed. You don't have to necessarily use my business, but you have to be able to know that there's an easier way to navigate this crazy world of business.
So how does the 14 laws of branding and the world of business coincide with life and morals and values in which that, because the way I look at it is like everything with the podcast, my coaching style, everything I do stems from my principles of life and who I am.
So your brand is an extension of you.
Right, right. So I guess that kind of answers the question with like 14 laws of branding. Like, I guess that answers the question right there of it stems from you.
Yeah, it's 100% you. Like the first thing you should be asking yourself when you're creating your brand and your business, why am I here? Asking yourself like, okay, what am I here to do? what are your core values? There's things that you value that are important to you, and you've got to figure out a way where your customer base understands that and knows that. So, you know, and it could be in the best situation or it could be in the worst situation. As long as you stand on your values, your principles, your morals, and you build your business on that, and you've got integrity, you can't lose and put the effort in.
That part.
So I have a question. Actually, I have a question for both of y'all. Right. So where do you drive the line, if there is a line, between?
I'm happy you said that because I was thinking. My bad. Go ahead. I was thinking that
between humility and confidence when speaking about your brand and getting yourself out there.
When speaking about yourself.
No, speaking about your brand and then getting yourself out there, because eventually, like you can't be the best kept secret and have an impact on people, you know?
Exactly.
So like that fine line, well, it's not really a fine line, I don't know, between humility and confidence, so that, you know, listen, I'm doing this for you, but I'm confident that I can help you.
So here's, with me, at least, good work is always going to speak for itself. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? And it's one of those things, like, me, a lot of people, like, aside from speaking on the podcast, you would never know all the accolades and things that I accomplished on the soccer field, right? But if I get with you, my work is going to speak right there when I'm with you. You get what I'm saying? And then if I train you, you're going to go out and do this. Now, how did you get, I was with him. That's how my work is going to speak, because I don't like being that guy. And maybe this hurts me. Hey, I did XYZ. I'm from ... Come work with me. Nah. How about you come work with me quietly, humbly, like you were saying, and let my work do the talking, because then we going to be out here killing it either which way. But you do have to, in a sense, talk your shit to open that door. I don't know if I'm answering your question or not.
Yeah, kind of. What are your thoughts?
I say talk your talk. And for me, I'm going through that pain with myself right now, right? I've been so humble and so quiet about what I've accomplished and what I've done that I'm just like, because for me, like, it goes back to, once I do this because I love it. I don't need the clout of it. I don't need, you know, a pat on the back for it. Like, I enjoy it. I'll do it for free if I didn't need money, but I need money, so I can't do it for free. But it's one of those things where I'm just like, now I'm at a point now where it's like, nah, I've helped a lot of people. I need you to know this. I need you to know who I've worked with. I need you to know that I'm not just another guy who, you know, that just designs for you. Like, nah, I come with knowledge. I come with skill. Like, I really invest in myself.
Facts.
So knowing that I really invest in myself, I need you to know that I've built myself up to be able to take you to the next level if, you know, that is what you choose to do in your business. So now I'm at a point now where it's like, nah, no more being quiet, Ty. No more being,
I like that,
you know, in the crib, you know, just chilling with the kids. Like, nah, it's time to step outside and really let people know, like, I'm here to stay. This is what I do. You're gonna show up. We're gonna get it done right, and let's build something. Yeah, definitely. And I think what I've learned. I heard a guy say this to me once. He said, "It's not people don't care what you know. They care if you care." And that for me has been like the basis of what I've done in the last year. Like, just caring. You know, it doesn't matter if everything is going right or something's going wrong. It's always being empathetic, always just being able to be there for people and just be 100. So
that's dope. And I asked that question specifically, actually, like, because Jacob. So Jacob and I have a weird dynamic, right? So he's the extroverted one. I'm an introverted one. But when it comes to talking our shit about what we do, I'm the first to be like, no, I'm a financial advisor. I do this. And the reason why I do that is because I feel like a lot of people in our community don't know financial advisors. And they don't know what's possible. So I want to be out there. But Jacob's like, nah, like, I've done all this. I've traveled the world. I've played professional soccer. when you come and rock with me, like, you're going to see what I bring to the table, and now you're going to go tell people. I just think it's interesting how his and I's dynamic just goes back and forth, and it's very ebbs and flow that way. Because when I first met Jacob and he's telling me all this, I'm like, bro, like, what? Like, like, what do you mean? Like, I didn't know you did all this. He's like, yeah. He's like, I don't really talk about it. Why? Like, you need to tell people, right?
That's a fact.
Nah, you definitely got to do, because you definitely have to, because that's a part of who you are. That's
Word.
You know what I mean. Like I said, I'm at that point now where I'm just like, I'm done being chill. Like, I'm done being okay with just people walking by me and going to the next designer.
I didn't know you were ever chill.
but it goes back to, like, you wouldn't know he was ever chill, like, in a sense. So it's one of those things where it's like, when you're sure about yourself and you know you're sure about yourself, and you just all right, I do this, I'm nice at it. But now it's to the point now where it's like, all right, I want to help people with it.
Yeah.
And it needs to be more than just, oh yeah, that guy designs. It needs to be, no, that guy changed my life.
I like that.
Yeah, and I need to work on that myself, because I'm so quick to tell people what it is that I do. I've heard from multiple people it sounds like I'm bragging, or it sounds like I'm being
And that's
arrogant.
why I don't like.
Nah, you know what?
But it's like I'm not.
I know you know. I know you're not, because that's not in your character. But so many people, one, are quick to misunderstand. Two, want what you want, so they get jealous and wish negative upon you. Three, I guess those were the only 2 points. But that's why for me it's like, bro, I've done it. I know what I did, and I did that shit for me. So now everything that I do is no longer for me, right? Now I'm not going to be out here on some like, yo, I can help you. You either going to come get this work or you not. But I'm not about to beg you to grace you.
Definitely.
You either want this work or you don't. And if you get with me, listen, the shit ain't going to be easy, because it wasn't easy to get what I got. But it's kind of like what Ty was saying earlier. I'm here to help and make your life that much better. You get what I'm saying? And my life's good. What I need to beg you to make your life better for?
Yeah,
I need to learn how to articulate that, because I mean.
But I agree, and that's why I don't, because I don't even know how to articulate it without sounding like I'm bragging.
You know what? Next time someone asks you, you go, hey, some people
Google
say,
me.
what do you do? I help people not die broke.
Yeah, I stopped saying.
Listen, I would be so intrigued by that. Like, you help people not.
I know
die
a guy
broke.
that makes caskets.
Split difference.
Oh man.
Yeah, it's I stopped telling people I'm a financial advisor. I show people how to maximize their savings and make sure you don't die with nothing.
Broke.
Well, I typically without a legacy, but yeah.
Say broke.
Broke.
Because a person will go, well, I'm broke. Can you help me not die broke?
But no, I can't if you're broke. That's the problem.
I don't know. You made me. When I met you, I was broke. You changed my life.
But you're a different breed. Like your current situation isn't your end goal. Whereas it's sad. A lot of people in our community that we grew up with, they just don't want a lot, right? They don't have the ambition that we do. And then when you try to feed your ambition to them, it's like you could see where it's like, this is out of my comfort zone. You're overwhelming right now. I'm just gonna go back to my 9 to 5 and live in where I know works.
Yeah.
You're talking to me about something that it looks good, it looks great,
but I don't know if I can obtain it.
I don't know if I can do this $50 a week. I don't know if I can save this emergency fund. I don't know if my money can work for me strategically. It's like
But it's crazy. All right, so I was once did life insurance, right? So for me, when I was doing life insurance,
I hate that you think of me as the life insurance.
No, listen. I said I did life insurance. I didn't say you did life insurance. You said you're a financial advisor. Jeez, it's the same sector.
Yeah.
Let me live.
You're right.
Where is it?
Is your world.
No, but all right. So I learned this. What is it called? The latte factor or something like that.
No, that's at Samia Cafe at 1283 Main Street. You can go get a coconut latte from 9 to 5 on weekends. and something to 10 to 3 on weekdays. Check
Wednesday
them
to
out.
Friday.
Ask for Elijah. Sell them. I sent you. And back to your right. I'm gonna fuck that. Go ahead, bro.
All right, so the latte factor. No, don't jump. Don't do it. So it was all about, you know, where you spend your money.
Oh, okay.
So
the $7 a day.
Yeah. So the whole thing, and I started to break that down in my head, and I was just like, I'm an idiot. And it's like, I don't need those things, because it's like, all right, if I want coffee in the morning, right, the bag is like $10, and I could probably have a bag for like 2-3 weeks. Eating out every weekend with the family adds up really fast. If you got a whole tribe, definitely adds up really quick. And all of those things, I started to really look at my life and go, oh man, like, I gotta fix this.
I gotta go vegan.
That might have made it worse. Yeah, you gotta budget different when you're vegan. You know, like,
I can imagine.
I kid you not. Because
go ahead.
Because it's all right. So I like all my veggies organic now, and all my fruits.
Is there a
organic
different
now.
taste?
You know what? Some fruits you can't tell, and then like a pear, you can tell the difference between
Apples,
them.
you can tell the
Yes.
difference.
Anything that has like a
No,
crisp
facts.
bite, you can
I'm
tell
so
the
serious.
difference, bro. Like, I kid you not. Like, it's crispier. It's something about it. It's just, I can't go back to conventional fruit.
Yo, this is nuts.
I can't go back.
Can I say something? I want to hit on what you said. Yeah. So you said two things. You said that people are people. So I'll chalk it up to people, our community.
Yeah.
So our community doesn't want more. I feel like they want more. They just don't know what else is out there. And I say all that to say, I'm now working with middle schoolers, right? And all my students that struggle focusing and getting their work done, I ask them two questions. What do you want to do when you grow up? And if there's one place in the world that you could travel, where would it be, right? Now, you guys are grown men who have experienced life, right? But if there's one place in the world, that you could travel, where would it go?
It's Bora Bora right now.
Bora Bora, right? One place you can go, where would you go? Dubai. I'm asking these kids questions. Granted, they're middle schoolers, so they might not know much geography, but I'm hearing North Carolina, New York City, Miami. You know what I mean? Granted, in Miami, there's a bunch of grown folks fucking listening to this, that Miami's the best place they've been in. Broaden your horizons, please. Neither here nor there. You get what I'm saying? But they don't know that they could get on a plane and go to England, go to Bora Bora, you get what I'm saying? They just simply don't know. And then the second question, what do you want to be when you get older? They're not taught you could be principals, advisors, business owners, podcast, whatever
and
it is.
It's not cool to be a cop in the community.
Right.
Maybe a firefighter.
But then even on top of that, to your point when you said like, oh, I don't think I could do this $50, because I remember when we first sat down, I was like, bruh, what? You want me to spend $150 on alcohol in a month? No. Vividly, but
Definitely.
it gets overwhelming because you also don't know. You get what I'm saying? You used to say, you don't know what you don't know. But when you start to find out, people are uncomfortable with new knowledge, and it's like, can I really do that? Especially because imagine being 23 years old and for the first time being like, bro, when you took my little bit of money that I make and broke it into 5 different ways, I was like, wait, that's real. Imagine being someone who's never known about none of this stuff, never had $1,000, and you being like, all right, bro, I could break that $1,000 into 5 different bank accounts. All you got to do is be disciplined.
Definitely.
You get what I'm saying? That's going to be intimidating and overwhelming to anybody, but our community doesn't know because we're not taught. We're not.
I agree. It's because we're in survival mode.
Definitely, everything is the next day. It's not. There's no 5-year plan. There's no 10-year. Like, it's literally just
it's
like
2 weeks, baby.
Yeah.
But how can I make it to the next day?
Yeah.
Facts.
Like, literally, like, okay, I got paid Friday. How do I get to next Friday? And it's like, And surprisingly, that's more than half of America.
Yeah.
That's like, what the number is, like 67, 70 something. It's probably higher than that at this point. I think
50 grand is more than 60% of what Americans make.
Wait, what?
Is that the number? 50K, the salary of 50K is more than 60% of what Americans like. The average. 60% of Americans.
Wow.
Yeah. Give me a second.
So yeah, is while you look that up, is very easy to get sidetracked and very easy to get turned away when trying to accomplish a goal. Even starting a business, there's a lot of things I want to do, and I'll even ask you this. The ideas always sound good up here,
yeah,
but then it's putting them out and you struggle.
So for me,
or you're agreeing with that?
Yeah.
So me as a business, I'm starting to really learn that a plan is everything. Scheduling your day out, scheduling your whole life out, and in most cases it'll never.
That's where I
pan out 100%.
That part,
but for the most part, like being predictable. Because I look at business like this: you're literally failing forward every day.
Say that again.
You're failing forward every day.
Talk your shit.
So
That's a fact.
I look at it as failing forward with a plan is better than failing forward with no plan. So I'm setting the business up now. Like, now that I'm really tapped into this, branding side of the business, I'm like, my brand has to set the tone. It's because when you walk in it, you have to understand that, okay, this is a vibe, this is energy. So I'm looking at new location. I'm looking at everything. I'm restructuring the whole business so that it fits into the mantra of what we're building. And it's not easy. Like, it's getting the right people on board. It's it's staying late when no one else wants to. It's just wearing those big boy pants and just realizing that, okay, no one's coming to save you.
It's do or die.
Yeah, like literally no one's coming to save you. Like, I've had to change my business and go in a different direction literally like this overnight. I've done it already. And nothing about it was easy. Like, I literally ran through my bank account, keeping the doors open, because I was just like, no, I'm not giving up on this. Like, I literally stepped away from working a 9-to-5 and said I was never going back. And I wasn't gonna, and I said that out loud in front of my kids. I said that, nope, I ain't going back. So it's one of those things too, where it's just like, I gotta be a man of my word on that. So even if it got tough, I guess I gotta go Uber. I guess I gotta DoorDash, but I'm never going back. And it's just that. It's that mindset. It's that mindset. Like, I'm never going back.
I want this for me.
Yeah.
Bro. Like, you got to have a sense. I don't mean to cut you off.
Go ahead.
But you got to have a sense of pride. You know what I mean? Like, I think about it all the time. When I was playing soccer, one shit stopping me. You know what I mean? Like, I was talking to Elijah earlier, and we were basically saying, like, the first 5 years of his business, he ain't going to eat. He's not, him personally, is not going to see a paycheck for the next 5 years.
Yeah.
Realistically, that's what they say when you start on business. But you have to have the mind state of, I want this for me, I'm not going to stop.
Definitely.
I'm going to find a way. And mind you, he just said, like, oh, yeah, I got to go do bop, bop, bop. You get what I'm saying? And, I mean, I don't want to put his business that's why I'm bop, bop, bopping. But like you were saying, I got to Uber. Bro, when I was playing soccer in the off seasons, bro, I would work 2 or 3 jobs while working out 3 times a day. I done Ubered, worked at Eblin's, I done lifted, I done worked at Town Fair Tire, I done been bar back, I done it out of the sacrifice of, like, I know what I want.
Definitely.
And it's all, the sacrifice is worth it. You know what I mean?
It is. And I'm learning that I'm becoming so much bigger than
goals. My bad.
Go ahead. You got a segment for that?
No, we're good. If you do need soccer training, by the way, soccer season for me will be over, so check me out. Bigger Than Goals Training. I will get you right and everything you need. Back to your regular scheduled program.
I like your branding, yo.
Hey, I do it. Boy.
So I'm realizing that, like, it's bigger than me. It's my kids. Mm-hmm. And you know what? It's not even them. It's their kids. So I'm realizing in my head, like, I gotta think that far ahead. Like,
does that put a strain on you?
No.
To look that far into the future, because that's one of the things. Like Spencer, like we joking earlier, he was like, "Oh yeah, this nigga Jake don't never plan for nothing," which I don't. I'm aware, but like. God forbid, I could die tonight on my way home, and I spend so much time thinking about the future. Like, that's my mentality. I don't like planning, thinking, because you're spending time stressing and thinking about something that could never come or hasn't even happened yet.
So I'm currently working on this exercise for my practice. Side note.
Do your plug.
Side note. So if you make more than 50K, you're making more than 70% of the working people in the U.S.
That is not high.
That's crazy. So you were hitting home when you were talking. So
my bad. I didn't mean to stop.
No, you good.
No. So this all ties together. So I'm working on something in my practice right now.
Tie it tied together.
I didn't mean to do that.
That was funny.
So I'm working on this exercise for my practice, and at first it was starting with the end in mind and doing a 10-year mapping of like where I see myself in 10 years. I could not do it. It took me months, and I just couldn't wrap my head around what am I gonna be in 10 years, because I don't know. We both knew Trevon. Like, I'm not a dreamer like that. I'm logical.
But you know what? What he did in 3 or 4 years, most people don't even accomplish in their whole life.
Facts.
So even though he didn't have, like, I'm pretty sure he felt like he was gonna be see it all the way through, but he gave it 100% every day, even when he wasn't at 100%, and like that inspires me even now to this day. Like it'll be moments where I'm sitting down and I'm just like, yo, I've had plenty of conversations with Trevon, and I'm just like, something will click, and I'll be like, yo, I gotta get moving.
Gotta go.
I gotta get moving.
I need to be able to wrap my head around it. I need to be able to see it realistically.
Tangible.
Yeah, it's got to be tangible. So then now I'm doing 3 years. And now it's like, okay, I'm going to be 30 in February. So like by the time I'm 33, right? Catching up to Ty.
Throw me in there like that.
So now it's like, okay, what do I want to accomplish in the next 3 years? Do I want to be married? Do I want to have my own place? Do I want to have kids? Right? Where do I want my practice to be? I ran by that quick. Do I want to have investment properties? Where do I want my practice to be, and what demographic do I want to be helping? I need to speak to a specific demographic that I can use my intellectual capital properly, but also give me the opportunity to do pro bono cases to help our community.
Yeah, Mike definitely.
Mike Ross.
Right? So I now really mapping this out, and it's like I'm a big planner. So like he doesn't like to plan. I like to plan everything.
He does Google Vites and shit.
Yeah, calendar invites. It's like if we're having a conversation, like, all right, cool, put this on your calendar. Now we know. 5 o'clock, we're getting meet.
All right, so I've been doing a lot because I've been doing a lot of that within the last year, because I've got a project manager who's got to keep up with the day-to-day, got to keep up with the schedule, all of that. So that has made my life so much easier. And so now it's like I'm literally just like, all right, I got a meeting, put it in the calendar really quick. Like, it's so easy now. And I literally had to force myself to do it because I had someone that I had to train that has to do it.
Like, we all have to be on the same sheet of music. How do we make this as synchronized as possible?
So now it's like, it's easy. Like now, before I put my dentist appointments in the calendar, and I'm just like, I never did that. Like,
shit, I would normally just remember.
why am I becoming so responsible now? Like, how did this happen?
How'd I get here?
But
pretty much. Yeah.
But to your previous point, where I struggle is because I will take a lot of time to plan, and
do it.
No, yeah. I do it. That's my problem.
No, just do it.
Yeah, I do it. So like, I'll take a lot of time to plan, knowing that this plan is going to change. But when it comes to that time for the plan to change, sometimes I hold on to the plan. I'm like, wait, but this is so pretty. It's like, it's so beautiful.
So someone said to me, probably when I was like 24, 25,
Don't put your hands in there. Oh.
No. That didn't work. That didn't work. Got 3 kids. But so someone said to me, damn, what did they say to me now? What was it?
You fail to plan, you plan to fail.
No, all right. So you ever go on a trip?
Yeah.
Would you drive to California without a map?
Oh, okay.
At 24, yeah, because I had GPS.
No, without that,
Like, would you take a trip to California without GPS or a map? They literally looked at me and said, "Why are you living your life like that?"
Yeah.
And that helped. That was like, damn.
But so what about on your way to Cali, you find out, shit, maybe Cali's not the destination. Maybe I want to go to Texas. But you had your heart set on Cali. But something's telling you along that way, you know what? You're better spending your time in Texas.
All right, so as long as there's a map, you're always going to have to reroute yourself.
That's the part I'm talking about. Rerouting and having like, all right, shit, now I got to like back to the drawing board.
Definitely. I think in anything in life, you're always going to bump your head and, all right, I got to go this direction, or, you're going to go down a road and it's going to take you in another direction, or there's a detour. Like, I think life is a series of that. Yeah. But having a map every time it's like going out it's like you're exploring. Yeah. You never stop exploring.
This guy likes hiking. Yeah, I used to teach that too. The only constant in life is change.
Oh, I liked. Say that shit again. Say that shit again.
The only constant in life is change.
Woo. Yo,
you missed the button.
I did, but we made up for it. That's a good one. I like that.
Yeah, that's yeah. I used to teach everybody at my store that. Because every customer is different. Every person you talk to. That's why I love people, because every person has a different story.
Definitely.
It's just when you're trying to narrate your own story and you're just like, damn, that's not what I wrote. I guess got to see it through, my boy. Like, I got to do it. It's like, because this is just the way to do it. But now I got to rewrite everything I just did. To me, I struggle with that because I take a lot of time in the planning.
See, I look at my life, right? I never knew I was going to school in Buffalo. Once I was in Buffalo, England just opened. From there, Spain. From there, like, doors just kept opening, right? And I think for me, preparation looks like being ready. Preparation to me looks like, all right, whatever door comes next, I'm going to kill it and I know I'm ready. Like, you know what I mean? I prepare in the present moment for the future, but I don't prepare, my future or planning, because I can't control that. I don't know what's coming. You get what I'm saying? So for me, like, preparation or planning looked like training, making sure I was fit, making sure I was always sharpening my tools.
Whatever Leanne training you for.
Yeah, like making sure I was ready for whatever opportunity comes, I'm ready. That is what preparing for the future looks like to me.
I like that.
Yeah, that's solid.
Somebody give me a fucking round of applause.
I'll give you a real one.
Appreciate you, brother.
My bad.
Yeah, but you know what? We've been chopping it up almost an hour now, and it doesn't even feel like it. Yeah. That's how we do every week. We could probably talk for a couple more hours, but we'll lose a couple followers and everything. Wake up, Special K. Hey.
She's editing.
Oh, my bad. She just was zoned out. I just wanted to make sure she was okay. But yeah, no, Ty, I'm glad we finally got you on the episode.
Definitely.
Because we've been talking about that for a while.
Definitely.
So this was dope. Some gems, man. You look at these notes. There's some gems. So we get ready to. I mean, did anybody else want to get anything off their chest before we wrap up?
Nah, man. I just felt like another conversation with you guys.
Yeah,
bro,
yeah.
That's how it is.
That's what the episode we talk like this all the time. It's like might as well let everyone else hear our conversation. Hopefully, inspire some people.
Nice.
Right. So the way we end every episode, 15 seconds of fame. Look into the camera. You can talk about whatever you want. Shout your moms out, your wifey. Don't got to do anything to do with anything we just talked about, and then we go down that way and
So it starts with me.
wrap it up. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So I say my name.
You say whatever you want.
Word.
You can have whatever you like.
I like that song. But Tyshaun here, Pep Talk Ty on Instagram. Anybody looking for any tips on branding, have a conversation about branding. Like I said previously in the podcast, I don't care if you use me for my services. That sounded good, the way I said it. You use me for my services.
We had a sex worker on here a couple of weeks ago, so
Yeah.
be a little mindful.
Oh, gosh.
Interesting.
Yeah, for graphic design services or branding services
Or rapping services.
or rapping services
WAR
or funeral home services.
WAR?
Rapping, not RA. WRA.
Yeah,
Oh, I thought you said
WRAP.
WAR.
I might have.
Is that warping?
I'm here for your needs. And graphic services.
Go ahead, Spence.
Honestly, I'm just gonna shout out Samia Cafe.
1283 Main Street, Hartford, Connecticut. Sorry.
Yo, they cafe con leche though?
Bruh, yo.
With the oat milk?
Listen, do yourself a favor. If C is working,
Yeah.
just say, yo, C, either figure out if you want it hot or cold, like C, just hook me up.
And I had one of them little Aki joints.
The
The
Aki
little
Potty?
yeah.
This nigga said,
Pudding Pops. So you know this is gonna be out on Friday, right?
nah, it ain't coming out Friday.
What you mean?
Because I'm going to put the live episode for Friday. And then this will be next week.
I'm with that.
Okay. All right. Well then, never mind. I'm gonna take away what I'm saying. Hopefully, you all came out to Samia Cafe for the live recording. Yeah. So, I guess because it was impactful, the only constant in this world is change. So
I love that.
stay ready, so you don't got to get ready. That's why we need a videographer to just zoom in on Jacob's face.
That's crazy. All right, my 15 seconds. You cannot always choose your battlefield. Be prepared for unfavorable conditions and circumstances. You don't know, is that?
No, I'm saying we didn't even plan that. No, gosh,
Plan
sorry, go
what?
ahead. It's similar. Go ahead.
Oh,
Sorry.
no, I know. The last motherfucker, it was so smooth. Take 2. You cannot always choose your battlefield. Be prepared for unfavorable conditions and circumstances. So no matter how much you want to look into the future, be present and be prepared for whatever is right in front of you. And I say all that to say that you didn't know that you was going to log into this dope-ass podcast, the dopest podcast NCT. And if you missed last week's live episode, you fucked up. Don't miss the next one. And that's a wrap on another motherfucking episode.